Welcome to EDES 168 Science Inquiry and Sustainability. Today in this presentation, I will talk about the activity which is composting and caring for our earth. In this presentation, I will be sharing my activity, composting with children. In this experience, children discover how leftover food and food scraps can be turned into something valuable, giving them a practical and engaging way to learn about sustainability. Through hands-on exploration, they begin to understand that food waste doesn't have to be thrown away. It can be reused to help the earth. Sustainability is a dynamic and empowering process in which children, families, and educators actively participate, guided by ecocentric perspective. Before implementing the composting activity, I introduced the children to a picture book, Let's Compost, Caring for Our Planet by Vita Jimenez and George Irimoyones. This picture book introduced young children to the idea of composting as a simple, everyday way to care for the planet. The book shows the steps of making compost, what items can and cannot go in, and why composting is good for our earth. The key message is that instead of throwing away food scraps like banana peels and eggshells, we can compost them, thereby reducing waste and helping nature recycle. This activity is designed for children aged 3 to 5-year-old. It introduced the sustainability concept that food scraps and leftovers can be reused rather than discarded, showing how organic waste can be transformed into nutrient-rich soil that supports plant growth. Engaging young children in environmental learning is widely recognized as a crucial way to foster a lasting sense of care and responsibility for the environment throughout their lives. I begin the activity by inviting the children to the table and showing them a picture from the composting book, reminding them how food scraps can help the earth and reconnecting their thinking with the concept of composting. I then introduce the materials, food scraps from their snack, soil, a clear plastic bottle or container, a small amount of water and a sorting tray, explaining that we will use these items to make our own compost. Next, I'll place a mix of objects on the table and encourage the children to sort them into compost and rubbish, asking questions like which ones can go in the compost or why do you think this belongs here, to support their reasoning. When sorted, I guided the children to help make the compost by taking turns adding a layer of soil, then fruit and vegetable scraps, followed by another layer of soil inside the plastic bottle. Each child is invited to participate, helping them feel included and understanding the steps in the composting process. After the layers are complete, the children add a small amount of water to keep the compost moist, and we talk about how composting just enough water to help the scraps break down properly. Finally, we place the compost container in a visible spot and discuss how the scraps will slowly break down and turn into nutrient-rich soil that can later be used to help plants grow, showing the children how composting is a natural way to recycle and care for our earth. In this activity, I will use a range of teaching strategies to support all children's learning. I ask open-ended questions such as what do you notice about these food scraps and why do you think this belongs in the compost, to encourage children to think deeply, make predictions and share their own ideas, helping build their curiosity, problem solving and early scientific thinking. I also provide visual cues and prompts, including composting book pictures to support children who communicate non-verbally or who are still developing their language skills, ensuring every child can follow the steps and stay engaged. I model each step clearly by demonstrating how to sort items, scoop soil, and place scraps into the bottle before inviting the children to try, which helps learners who benefit from observing first, such as younger children or those who need extra support. Throughout the process, I encourage turn taking by inviting each child to add soil, place food scraps, or pour water, promoting cooperation, social interaction, and a strong sense of belonging within the group. This will link to outcome 2. Children are connected with and contribute to their world. Children become socially responsible and show respect for the environment. And outcome 4. Children are confident and involved learners. The activity supports by encouraging children to explore, experiment, problem solve, and engage actively with their environment, building confidence as learners while understanding sustainability concepts. Early childhood education is about helping young children understand their connection to the natural world and supporting them to develop sustainable behaviors from an early age. Early childhood education for sustainable is not only about the environment but also about social and economic well-being, teaching children how to live in ways that care for the people, places, and the planet. Investing in early childhood education for sustainability is worth because young children not only learn about environmental issues but also begin to change their behaviors both at school and at home. As educators, we play a vital role in teaching children about sustainability and guiding them to understand how their actions can help care for the environment. Through meaningful experiences, we can model environmentally responsible behaviors and encourage children to make thoughtful choices in their daily routines. By embedding sustainability into play, conversations, and everyday practice, we can help children develop a sense of responsibility, curiosity, and respect for the natural world. This early learning lays the foundation for lifelong sustainable habits and empowers children to contribute positively to their community and planet. This is conclusion. This meaningful engagement nurtures responsibility as children learn to sort waste, care for the compost bin, and understand that their actions can help the environment. At the same time, it builds environmental awareness by showing children that waste can be reused and turned into something valuable, fostering respect for nature and understanding of natural cycles. By introducing these sustainable practices from a very young age, composting lays the foundation for lifelong habits that support caring for the planet, empowering children to grow into environmentally conscious and responsible citizens. These are my references. Thank you.